some noise. You know, say money no be problem. Hands on the block. Alright, I'm back again. You know what time it is. Straight up. Alright, what's up? Listen. I bought him another game, I miss him. Inshallah, she been on the floor, so winking.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming. Yeah, this means a lot to me. I just realized that people can actually mention the name of the show. I thought I was being creative. FUNNITECTURE is basically a portmanteau of funny and what? Architecture. In my mind, it's easy. No. It's not easy for some people. Some people couldn't mention, like when they call me about the show, they get a name wrong. So I have this one friend, Eric. Eric doesn't mention anything right. So I knew, obviously, Eric will not get it right. He called me tomorrow, I want to come for the show. I was like, okay, and I want to be mischievous. I said, what show? He was there. He said, mention the news. You think I don't know? I said, if you know, just mention it. I said, is it not furniture? I said, bro, did I tell you I'm a carpenter? What furniture? It's FUNNITECTURE. Because, like I already said, I'm an architect and I also do stand-up comedy. So for this very show, I want to talk about the funny side of architecture. You understand? But that's basically the concept. Every time I go for an interview, my most likely first question is, they know I practice. So how do you combine the architecture and then the comedy, right? That's the question I get the most. And my family until a few moments ago, my family didn't really understand. Like, you're an architect, why would you jeopardize it with a comedy? Until my mom never understood until just like 2 months ago when I traveled to Kenya to go and perform over there. It's not the traveling per se that made her understand. She saw the amount I was being paid. It changed everything. I made sure she would see how much I was being paid. So I showed the amount to her. He said, "In a year, then." She didn't see the dollar sign in front. She in her mind is cities. I'm saying, Shenibium. I said, hey! And this I'm not saying no. My mom knows if it's done, it's big, but she can't do the conversion. She's waiting for me to convert it for her. It's $1,500. I told her $1,500. A bear saying. I said roughly 18,000 Ghana cedis. She was so lost. You know why? She wants old cities. Money doesn't sound big in new cities. I said 180 million. I said, hey! Now I'm feeling I'm saying. Jumo. Koso Jimmy. That is how my family begin to understand what I'm doing. Being an architect and a comedian is ridiculous. Like just 2 months ago, I was managing a project at Takwa. I was working for GoFos. It's a contract. I'm working for them. I'm the project manager. On site, they call me project manager. I don't really fancy the title. They try to shorten it, project manager. If you are shortening project manager, what should be the short form? PM, right? You guys are smart. Or at least manager. These people were calling me project. That is not the short form of project manager. I am not a project. All of us are working on the project. So we had one meeting. I told them that please do not call me project. Just call me Ebenezer or Eben. That should do. I don't know. They feel very uncomfortable that I'm the team lead and they will just call me. It's a Ghanaian thing, right? They should just call me Eben. It doesn't feel right to them. So I said, well, if you will shorten it, find a better way. Obviously not project. The next meeting, I'm saying, Yatias, you've understood. The next meeting, they came, they've shortened it to pro. I prefer project to pro. What is pro? I don't want to be called pro. And then the GoFace project, this is one thing I learned after all my years of practice in architecture. The GoFace project, they are very keen on safety. Like they will not allow you to come and hurt yourself on their site. So the contract comes with a lot of stringent measures to avoid accidents. So when you are climbing on the roof or anything, you have a safety harness, right? It's very important. I have a lot of architect friends here. You guys should learn from this. The safety harness is like a belt you put on your waist, and then you hang it on something that should be slightly above ground level so that you don't fall. Now, in Ghana, the workers, they really hate safety because Ghanaians hate commandments. It's for their own safety, but if you force them that you must wear it, they won't wear it. You see, you can't tell me what to do. Typical of Ghanaians. It's your own safety. You can't force them. Like, wear a helmet. They say, "Me say helmet, and I'm a coin." This is just like a normal hat. How is it? You tell them to wear like overall. Me say, "Who wrote to me? Who wrote to me?" You say they sweat when they wear the overall. They have an excuse for every safety thing you tell them. They say, wear the boots. You say, "Emuye duro to me to me nine." And say, "Kabla sheri pa." It doesn't work like that. So we told the carpenter to put on the safety harness. He said, he has been roofing buildings for the last 20 years. We are not the one to come and tell him how to put on a safety harness. He doesn't fall. He's very experienced. And I said, no, if the gopher is supposed to come to the side right now, I'll be in trouble. So his own safety or me, I was begging him. I beg you, put it on, okay? And true story, I kid you not, the day he put the safety harness on, that was the first day he fell. And it was like I don't know, it was like a movie. There are two of them, he and his apprentice are on the roof. They are just the roof framing, the roof members, and it was a renovation, they are changing it. So he stepped on a member, it broke. But I think the member was playing a trick on us. Now there are two people on the roof, the rest of us are on the ground. We hear kokore. We knew one of them was coming down. Definitely one of them is coming down. From 5 seconds, it was like a Nigerian movie. We heard bang bang. We were all waiting for it. So it was the boss, the one who was saying that we cannot force him. When he put it on his way, he's uncomfortable. He fell. When I think, they say cowards die many times before they are dead. He died on the top there. He died on the top there. So when he was about to hit the floor, the thing saved him. He was hanging like this. In his mind, he's dead. He gave up. In his mind, he's dead, though. I feel like he did his whole in the air before he landed. So he's hanging, and then he asked me, "Pro Mau." I was like, "Why is someone you see?" Next time when we give you rules, you understand. That is basically my life. Sometimes I'm on site. Once in a while, they find out that the pro is a comedian. It's very confusing to them because on site, I don't do that. And people wonder, like, how are you an architect and a comedian? I want to tell my story. It started when I grew up. I didn't grow up in Kumasi. I grew up in Kintampo. Now, let me tell you something very interesting about Kintampo. When you go to Kumasi and Accra, you people have zongos. You have a place where, like, an enclave where there are more northerners, and it's like the dangerous area. It's called Zongo. No, in Kintampo it's not like that. The whole town is a Zongo. So it's about, in Kumasi and Accra there's a Zongo. In Kintampo we have hierarchies of Zongo, because some Zongos are more Zongoa than others. That is why we have a Zongo that Zongo people are afraid of entering. So we have Zongoa, Zongo West, exactly. So unfortunately for me, I lived next to what? The Zongo West. In Kintampo we call the place Tagona. And then I lived at Kilai. Now, when I was growing up, I didn't look like this, I had a very big head. God created my head like the way African mother used to buy shoes for us. I will explain. They buy a big shoe, say, "Ma, I'm coming also ubenyina beshim." Like my mom said, you grow into the shoe. God made my head in advance. And then I grew, the more I grew, my head fitted me more. So people used to easily make fun of my head shape. Very, very ridiculous. So I'm growing up in the Zongo, right? People will easily pick up on me. Like the Zongo people picked up on me, my teachers. I was a very easy target. So I was small. My only defense is my sense of humor. You can beat me, but I will say one funny thing, and then it will hurt you for the rest of your life. Because my teacher was picking up on me. My friend and I, Kennedy, we are arguing about something. So I believe I'm right. Kennedy thinks he's right. So let's go and ask the teacher. The teacher was picking on me. I said, "Sir, please, Kennedy and I are arguing about something." The teacher didn't even hear what I was about to say. He said, "Jomo, you are right." I said, "But sir, I didn't even tell you." He said, "Two hairs are better than one. Go." Because my head is big, 2 hairs are obviously better than 1. I said, no. I said, please, I want to win fair and square. I said, look at your head shape. You've won fair and square. Go. The teacher was on a roll. He's making the whole class laugh. He's killing it. I said, sir, at least I want him to listen. He kept it going. He said, look at his head. Actually, you've won fair and pentagon. Stupid boy, me too, I was counting 5-sided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was counting. That was where, in comedy, you leave when the applause is loudest. That's where the teacher should have ended it. Now, this teacher, I will not say his tribe, but R and L is a problem for him. So this teacher is supposed to leave it there. He wanted to say you've won, square worked, pentagon worked. He wanted to say fair and parallelogram. Immediately he said the para, he panicked because he knew the students would get it. He said fair and para. Fair and para. I said paracetamol. They called the teacher paracetamol for all his life in the school. And that was not the only teacher who abused me. My Sunday school teacher also did the same to me. This Madam Before is teaching us book, chapters, and verses, right? Maybe Matthew, Asempa, Sunday school, a 3-bar conchiche saying, Mienu. And we don't understand the concept. The whole class is confused. She called me, hey, Jumobra. I came and stood in front of the class and said, oh, Ebenezer. I say, Ebenezer, say, oh, a 3-bar conchiche mumiensa. I was also standing there doing like this. The whole class, they shouted, Madam, They took my head for them to understand. I felt so abused. Like, how on earth is my head related to book, chapters, and verses? It was getting ridiculous. So back to my Zongo West story, right? They can beat you for no reason. In the Zongo, they can just call you and beat you as a hobby. So growing up along that area, you just have to be witty. We used to play football with them, right? We used to play football with them. And then we will win. We Kili versus Taguna. We won almost all the time. And when we win, we will tease them. And when we tease them, they will beat us. We had a song that we used to sing. If you know this song, it means your childhood was lit. It's always sung by the winner. It's a Yashemo, Mania Wunamu Jesi. It's a Saito song. Dibi Bieno Beka Sudida. So we win and then we sing that song and then they'll beat us. One day we were playing with them and then the match went on penalties. For the first time, they had a chance of winning. So I panicked that we could lose. I was telling my friend Nana Eboa that Nana Eboa, and then I'm sure I'm going to bury new. And Nana Eboa was panicking. Nana Eboa said we should look at the bright side because it means if they win, they won't beat us. We're speaking out loud. One Zongo boy was walking behind us. Alidu. I was like, one Namontia. And then we show you about Femo. Said whether we score or not, they will still beat us. It doesn't matter the score line. And then they won the penalties and they beat us, actually. Nana boy and I were crying. There's a Zongo boy coming past the gate and said, man, catch about Femo. He promised and he delivered. It was crazy. And I was beaten a lot growing up. I was beaten so many times. The one that pained me the most is when I was beaten by a lady. A lady beat me, Sarah. I'll never forget it. Sarah Ali La. The lady beat me free. Recently, I went and did the Half Serious show with Obi, Lexi Dems. She saw me on TV. She's calling for her friends to know that she knows me. When you were beating me, they didn't know that you know me. Now that she called me out of the blue. She didn't even greet. I think she put me on speaker so that her friends will know that she knows me. If I'm positive, also, her friends were saying she's lying. So I think right after we got off the television, she called me. She didn't even greet. Jumo. I was confused. Don't I know you? I said, oh, obviously you know me. She turned to her friends. That was when I understood what is going on. I was like, so I decided to be nice to her, make her friends know that like we have a vibe, but we don't even talk. Just see her WhatsApp status, she sees mine. But I want her friends to know that we have that thing, so that whatever she wants to achieve. I said, hey, how's your sister Dorcas? She said, Dorcas is fine. I said, how is Joseph? I was nice to her. We were vibing. I could hear her friends in the background. Hey. So I'm giving her a good vibe. What should she do? She should give me a good vibe. Some Ghanaians are not like that. When Ghanaians want to show you that they know you, sometimes they use something a very bad moment from your childhood to show that I call your all class phone or Johnson boy. Why should you tell people about this? So I was nice to Sarah. Sarah is supposed to be nice to me back. No, she didn't. She called me. We were on the phone. She said, Dumo, I told my friend something. They say I'm lying. I said, what is it? What did you say? She said, your all class phone on my show. Is this relevant right now? And it's true. The girl really laughed me, Charlie. And to be honest, I think I deserved it. I deserved it. You know why? I was the class prefect, right? I'm the class prefect, and then when we were growing up, teachers were highly underpaid. I think they are still underpaid. They're always angry. They can enter their class and start laughing you. Everybody, put your head on the table. Put your head on the table. The teachers will come. Other times they will come. The class is noisy. They will ask the class prefect for names of what? Talkatives. The first day I didn't get. The teacher used me as a scapegoat. Say you are the class prefect. You have to make sure the class is in order. The teacher laughed me. The next day, do you know what I did? I made a template names of talkatives. Of the 6 most talkative people in the class. Every time someone talks, like they are part. So the template is there. Whenever the teacher entered that, who are those talking? I'll just remove it. Say they are here. And it worked all the time. One day, Sarah is a very TikTok girl. Nobody, but she's very talkative. Obi and Fana Seven call Sarah so our class so, but she's part because she's always talking. Unfortunately for me, that day Sarah was sick. She didn't talk. You know when you are sick in school and you put your head on the table, Sarah didn't say a word. But when the teacher entered, I panicked. I wanted to cancel her name, but to be suspicious. What is the name of talkative? I said, here. I gave it to the teacher. The teacher called and she called Sarah Ali La. Someone who is sick will say, say me, when did I? Don't waste my time. Come stand here. In Ghana, when they are laughing, when we're in school, you do Odeisi to show that you are innocent. To show that she did pa, 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 pa. She took the lashes. She wasn't angry at the teacher. She turned and looked at me and she did this. I knew I was dead. Like I knew after school I'm in trouble. She told my friend to come and tell me that after school she and I will have a fight. Every school has that place people fight after school. You cannot fight on the school premise. Our own is called Second Market. Sarah has organized a fight with me without my permission. Hey Sarah, did I tell you I want to fight? It's not a friend request that you accept. The moment the fight, you cannot accept it or not. So right after you closed, I knew Sarah would beat me. I had a bicycle, so I want to hurry up and go and pick my bicycle and run away. Little did I know that we didn't have social media, but the fight was viral. That circulated to every part of the school. They were waiting for the fight. And they had fight merchants. I was going to pick my bicycle. Just as I tried to get on the bicycle, one guy caught my leg. Said, you can run, but you can't hide. You have a fight today. They dragged me to the fight. And I was acting like, oh, me, you cannot act cowardice, you know. I was like, oh, me, you think I'm afraid of Sarah or what? Me, my mother said I should come home early, that's why. I'm lying. They will lash the hell out of me. So I went, and then Sarah and I were fighting. Now this is how the fight begins. The person will just be hitting your chest. And to retaliate. When you retaliate, it means you are in. I said, hey, then today you hit my chest 1,000 times. I won't mind you. The girl hit my chest. I went back. She hit the 5th one. I started coughing. And if I don't do something about it, this girl will give me tuberculosis. I need to react right now. We started fighting. I don't know whether she has been practicing wrestling or something here. The girl lifted me up. There was no excuse. She was beating me. And then, fortunately, one senior came and separated us. One JHS senior just came, and then there's always that one guy. I was so happy. God bless that senior. I don't remember his face or who he is, but wherever he is, God should give him money. But the thing I didn't like about him, you separated a fight. Thank you very much, Mr. Good Samaritan. Please go home. He was asking what happened. I don't know if you know. When they lash you, you are about to cry. The tears are here. The first thing not to do is don't talk. If you talk, the tears will drop. No matter what happens, don't talk. The moment you talk, I mean, they have beat the Taiwan boys have beaten me so many times. I know the rule. The rule is to what? It's to not. This senior is insisting. What happened? Won't you go home? Say what happened? I was like, I'm holding the tail like a tsunami. So what happened? Ask her. The senior said, "You are the man. I want you to talk." I knew I must talk, and if I talk, I will cry. Now, the trick is to find another reason for crying instead of the beating. I was sharp. I was looking for a reason why I am crying. I realized that she had torn all my buttons. I was like, "Thank you, Lord." I pinned the crying on the buttons. No, I don't want to tell me buttons now. I don't want to tell me buttons now. I'm trying to make sure I go to school. Right? Buttons no way. Is it the buttons no way? I don't know what to tell me buttons. I'm crying because my buttons. I'm lying. She has lost me. I need to cry it out. Oh, Charlie. Sarah really destroyed me. And then they nicknamed her Man Beater. What kind of stupid nickname is this? Man Beater. Anytime a new teacher will come, they'll be calling her, like she starts to answer a question. Hey, Man Beater, hey, Man Beater. The shame doesn't go to her. They will ask, why is she called? I said, when we were in class, but she beat Jomo. Stupid people, don't explain their nickname. I'm the one who is shamed after explaining. I really hated that. And that was me in basic school. Anytime they would beat me, people would be teasing me. And then I have to be witty and funny. I'll say one thing. I'll make sure we also get something to tease you for. And then growing up, I was shaping my sense of humor. I had no intentions of being a comedian. When I got to JHS, I wanted to be an architect. My parents wanted me to do science and become a doctor. They are funny to me. So I enrolled myself into apprenticeship. I went and learned how to do art. And then at the place, there's this guy who, there was just a washroom adjacent where I learned the art. And then the guy keeps the washroom. His name is Completity. His name is what? Completity. What his name is? The full name is Completity Wale. What it means is he's actually trying to say completely well. That everything you do in this world, do it completely well. But he can't speak good English. Say, everything you do it completely Wale. That was his motto. And so what he was very good at is two things. Watching the toilet and drinking alcohol. And in the whole of the town, nobody did the two things completely well more than him. He was always drunk. And people would come and use the washroom. As of the time, they didn't have like the flash. So you fetch water. After using the washroom, what do? You flash it manually. Some people are too arrogant to do that. So when they don't, it becomes his job to go and flash. And then he knew he couldn't do anything to you. So he will shame you. He will make sure everyone around knows that you use the washroom. You didn't flash. And he didn't speak good tree either. You go after you leave, you go and check whether you flashed or not. Then he will come. Akwawe wani abene one flasher. Wani abene one flasher. One on flasher wabene mount. He'll be chasing you throughout the neighborhood. Only been a flasher, oh flasher wabene. Flasher wabene. He'll just be chasing you like that. Community was crazy. And then I left. I went to AHS, right? That's me. That's around GHS. I went to AHS. I'm trying to get ready for university. And then I went right at Form 1. We had the school chaplain was also a social studies teacher. He entered the class. He asked a social studies question. I'm very outspoken. I want to answer the question so that everyone will know that I know. And then social studies is the easiest subject ever. Do you know why? There are 5 answers for every question. The question is always explain or give the causes of. Don't read the question, you'll be confused. The answer is broken homes. Don't read. Explain the causes of. Don't know. You'll be confused. The answer is what? Broken homes. Or what? Teenage pregnancy. Peer pressure. Don't read. Don't read. Lack of social amenity. We don't know what amenity it is, but lack of it is causing the problem in Ghana. Don't read. You'll be confused. The teacher, Father Oscar, he's called Father Oscar. He taught social studies. He comes to the class and said, I want to ask the class a question. Who knows the causes of access? So what? I said, peer pressure. He said, you put your hands together for that boy. He said, shark. When I answered the question, he said, your voice is deep. You need to go and join the school choir. I was like, I thought he was kidding. So the school choir meets on Friday. I didn't go and join the school choir. The next day he comes to school. He asked, Wilson is in the school choir. He's our class prefect. He asked Wilson, did he go? He said, no, he didn't come. The teacher was furious. So you have this gift and you don't want to use your tongues to glorify the Lord. Go and sing and glorify the Lord. He was getting angry. He said, if I don't go, he made a whole big deal out of it. He's the school chaplain. He's a man of God. Anglican school. Father Oscar, I must go. I went to the school choir. They were rehearsing, learning a new song. That was my first time at the choir. I didn't know they can use the whole day to learn one line. Who has ever been to a choir practice? They can use the whole day to just perfect one line. And the line they sang was, so many people, oh people, oh people. So many people, oh people, oh people. So many people, oh people, oh people. I was like, what have the so many people done? Like, what happened to them? Like, where are they now? Who are the so many people? I was like, okay, maybe I'm in a rush. So this is just the treble part. They sang so many people for like 15 minutes. I don't know what the so many people are, but if I'm patient enough, when it gets to the bass part, the bass people will let me know what happened to the so many people. I was waiting for the bass. I had so many people, oh people, oh people. I was like, that's what they just said. I became like a junkie. I was like, what are they doing to the so many people? Who are they? Oh, what is happening? So I was there. I was like a spectator, just listening and watching them. And then at a point, I decided to join. I said, oh, let me join and learn. The moment I sang, the teacher said, there's a problem there. There's a problem there. Someone is playing the song. Let's sing one by one, one by one, one by one. I was there. In my heart, I knew I am the problem. Hey, they are going to find X in a music class. I am the X. Say, sing one by one, the bass. Everybody, one by one. We'll sing. So many people, oh people, oh. Correct. Now say, next. So many people. It was getting closer to me. I was sweating. You go to my time. So many people. Go and do down there. Don't waste my time. I was so ashamed. And then after a while, I joined. He said, listen to the bass people, okay? When they sing, then you pick the key. I was like, cool. I was so embarrassed. Just when I thought I was having a bad day, there's so many people I saw a lady enter the corner. It was the school auditorium. One lady enters the corner of the auditorium. She's holding minerals. Do you know minerals? When you travel outside, minerals is gold, bauxite, diamond. When you come to Ghana, minerals is cold, Fanta, Sprite. Hey! Bibini Asayo! She was holding what? Minerals. Atani said, I got it. I said, so many people will be getting drinks. Oh, this is what the so many people are about. Of course, I'm part of the so many people. Excuse me, Sprite. So many people got Coke, Fanta, I got Sprite. I was so happy. The moment I took the Sprite, my voice came. I was singing, so many people, oh people, oh people. I was over singing. At that point, I was able to sing the treble. I was so happy. I knew that this is the school choir. This is my calling. I must be here. I must come every Friday for practice. I made a mistake. This is what happened. An old student came and visited us, and he bought the drinks for us. That day, he was in the choir. He came to the school. He came to visit. He bought a drink for everyone in the choir. In my mind, every Friday, so many people will get drinks. In my mind, every Friday, what happens? So many people will get drinks. So the next Friday, the first Friday, Wilson came and called me, and we went. That Friday, I went and called Wilson. Wilson said, I'm going for dining. I said, come, let's go for dining. I said, I will not go for dining. He said, why? I said, oh, no. I want to use my lips to glorify the Lord. I'm lying. I was going for the drink. I didn't eat in the morning. I was supposed to go for the gobe. I was like, Sprite and meat pie and this and that. I should go and eat gobe to waste my stomach. I didn't tell him that. But then that's my mind. So I went there. We were singing. I was so happy. I'm waiting for the Sprite. I was singing abnormally. I'm shouting, so many people, oh people. They were looking at me like, what is wrong with this guy? Why? You just came. What is wrong with this? In my mind. So at about 30 minutes, I started getting hungry. So I was singing, and then I would look at the direction the Sprite came from the last time. So many people, oh people, oh people. I'm like, oh, she's late today. So many people, oh people, oh. About after an hour, My voice reduced from bass to treble. So many people, why are you people doing this to me? Why the Sprite? Why the Sprite? So I tapped Wilson. I tapped Wilson on the shoulder. Please, where are so many? When are there so many people going to get the drinks? He said, what drinks? I said, the drink you got last week. He said, no, there will be no drinks for so many people. I was like, in my mind, I was like, my ear printing mistake. So he said, so it's because of the drinks you came. I said, me, no, I'm coming to use my lips to glorify the Lord. I didn't come. So I asked one lady, I asked Bernice after that, okay, first of all, I quit. So many people, no me for explain to me, you people, who are there so many people? I said, what so many people? I said, the song that we are singing. He said, there's not so many people in the song. I was like, so many people, people. He said, no, that is not what we say. I said, what did you say? Mon sorry, Mabel, Nayanto. Mon sorry, Mabel, Nayanto. I was like, That's why I was burning the song. The lyrics, I'm not getting it right. Mon sorry, Mabel, Nayanto. I thought so many people would get something, so that's why I came. So I left the school choir. That was me. That was me in SHS. I left. I didn't use my lips to glorify the Lord. But I used my lips to glorify the works of the Lord. You get it? I remember EBENEZER DWOMOH. Who got that one? A three back. That was me. So I went to university. I'm doing architecture and I'm going to do my project work. I went and did it at a place in 3 towns, right? I'm going to take surveys in some villages. And the name of the villages, my friend, you cannot mention the name of the villages. It's censored. They went viral some time ago. We have Kote Aboa, Shwaye Mobo, and what? A training Nyansa. Hey! Said, this is where I should go and take my sample, whatever. Like, no. I told my supervisor that I can't go to this place. He said, no, it's research. You have to go. It's all part of everything. Go. I said, okay, I will go. So before you go for the survey, you have to go and ask for directions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just the 3. All the villages around are corrupt. I went and asked the lady at the station that I want direction to the place. I said, Meba, Enya Yerakwine. In Ghana, if someone tells you Enya Yerakwine, it means Enya Yerakwine. Because I don't know the place, I just say give me direction. Why are you telling me that I won't get lost? He said, catch a meeting. He said, Ofaka Eko Tremi. So, hey. Now what's he? I found my Sakotum. No, I for Fofro. Tremi. So that's the name of another town there. I found my say Akotum. After then I got to him. I was like, good, I'm okay, I'll go. So I went, and then my supervisor told me that 3 ladies from planning department are also going to the same place, so I should go with them so that we'll go and do it together. Now I'm going to Shwa Yemobo. The ladies are going to Etre Nimyansa. So we go to the station, we discover something. In Ghana, when you are going to a place by Chotro, at the station they never mention that some of the meat, they never mention the full name of the place. I don't know if you observed. I say in Kumasi, KDTIA. They must shorten it. If you are in Kumasi, they say what? KTIA. If you want to KNWC, Ayeduase, KNWC, there's a place called Ayeduase. They will never say Ayeduase. It's too long. They must call it Ejase. The one that amazes me is 2 syllables. Circle. How long is circle? The first time I came to Accra, I was lost. I said, circle car, but I stood there for 1 hour. I never heard anything. Sec. Kumasi boy said, oh, coin. Sec. I said, that will make circle. They always shorten it. In Kumasi, tech. Tech is 1 syllable. They managed to shorten tech. Yeah, tech. And it's not even a joke. If you are in Kumasi, you know. They shorten everything. So unfortunately for me, when I go to the station, they have shortened Etre Nimyansa, Shwaye Mobo, and Kote Aboa. I didn't like what I heard. I go to the station, they were shouting for people to come and enter. I heard Echo. Fanboy, the last one. Hey. So I was very unused to the name. Another one was shouting to fill his bars. Fanboy Kotia, and I'm saying, what are people doing over here? Please, don't. Maybe say and then sometimes they have this hoarse voice. They have a very croaky voice. Sometimes they take substances. Their voice. The other one was saying for sure mobile. And because they are under influence of substances, like they take tramadol and other stuff, sometimes the vehicle will be full and they still don't know. They will be shouting for more passengers. Now the driver too doesn't know until the mate says it's full. Now, say, hey, Shwana Yama. We were in the Shwa van. The Shwa van is taking us. It's actually on the same, so whichever one, different routes, but basically the same place. So the ladies, there are 3 ladies from planning department sat at the back like this. I'm the seat in front of them. And in Ghana, sometimes you pay for the ladies. I don't know who made that constitution, but it's just nicer as a gentleman. Like, that's not my problem. I don't want to ask, oh, Kohen. Like, the moment the car moves, they may start. Yes, front. The name is so profane to me. That was my first time. I was very uncomfortable. Once of my man was at the front. Said, yes, front. Mate, she gave her money to the mate. One her body was by the window. Mate, give this money to the mate. It was people were paying. They were all paying them when you give your money to him. It was getting closer to us. As of the time, I don't want to mention the name. I was very uncomfortable with it. So I want the mate to ask me, where are you going? When he says, then I will say yes. So he said, hey, fanboy. Oh, coin. I panicked. I was looking at him. I looked at the ladies. The ladies too, they are even freaking out more than me. I looked at the ladies. I said, Mr. Coin, I don't have my news. I looked at the ladies. I looked at him. I didn't invest for much time. Mr. Coin. I looked at everyone in the car. I looked at the mates. I looked at the ladies. But I was about to tell me. I mean, I like to try, but they will go to a training answer, and that's how I managed to do my thesis. I had expensive results after leaving the Shwa, and then I completed school. I started freelancing in an architecture firm. I started doing comedy around that time when I was in final year. I was leaving, and then I went and performed. My boss had one of the national service people is a comedian. My boss is that person who enters the firm, one of the best architects in Ghana, very, very great guy. He enters the firm, when he enters, everyone will know he has come. Hey, Juma, elevations no way. Why you working now here? When he enters, everyone will know that he is there. One day he heard I'm a comedian, he enters. He doesn't know us by name because we are national service people. He wants to find the one who is a comedian. This is Kumasio. He wants to find the one who is the comedian. He enters where the national service people are. Hey, national service for no. I said, who about one Jimmy? One Jimmy no. I panicked. I sat up, but I was lost. I was confused. I didn't know what he was talking about. In my mind, I think Obia Jimmy has someone had done something bad, and he's coming. My 2 friends, Razak and Dicey, knew what he was talking about. They started laughing at me. Me, mom, I'm lost. He said, say, Jumo. They pointed him and direction. He came straight to where I was. I was shivering. Hey, Jumo! Chame. Yes, you watching me, ba? Aside. Bacho, me, ba. I was so proud of myself. Initially, Dicey and Razak were laughing at me. Now I became proud. I said, "One will say my Jimmy, someone Jimmy." My boss was a great guy. He was the first person. Like we could work late in the night, and my boss, when we were coming to Accra to do a presentation, he would take a flight for me. Like, you make sure I'm comfortable. After the time, I didn't like it. I was doing national service. They paid us 559. I heard it has been increased, right? They paid us. How much is it now? 7 day. Impressive. 559. My boss will take a flight for me. Now he will take a round trip. Do you know a round trip? If you're a DB, you know a round trip. If you're not a DB, you call it in and out. Round trip. After the time, in was 350. Out is what? 350. How much is it? 700. I was broke. I will start counting. Hey, make a crab back again. No, 750. So I will do the calculation in my head. If I take VIP right now, after the time VIP was 70 series. So every time my boss will book Waka now, he will book and I'll go. The money in my mind, he should book VIP for me, or he should give me money for VIP, so that I'll pocket the rest of the 700, right? Because one day he made a mistake. He forgot to book. He gave me the money to go and do what? Go and book. Ladies and gentlemen, I booked VIP. So I did the math in my head. 700 cities, VIP, 70 cities, in and out. We're saying 140 minus 700 cities. Rebecca saying, Rebecca 560. National service salary 559. You get it? Why should I go and use all my money to all the money to go and book the flight? I went and booked VIP. In my mind, instantly I made a profit of how much? 560. I called my girlfriend. Mesendo 100. In my mind, I'm rich. Like, I'm rich. I'm a rich guy. I was owing a friend. Yo, I sent the money. After buying everything, sending all the money I need, the client called me. Your boss said I should pick you at the airport at 8 a.m. I said, yay! If it was a Nigerian movie, you hear the beat, bam, bam. I knew I was in trouble. I made sure I have to get to Accra by 7. So I took off. You have to subtract like 5 hours if you are leaving Kumasi. I took off around 2 a.m. So when I'm tired, I'm supposed to take a flight in the morning. 2 a.m. I go to Accra at 7. I didn't even wait for anything. I took a taxi straight to the airport. Straight to the airport. The client came and picked me at the airport. It's a lady. I got her a gift because she's rich. Rich people like gifts because no one gives them gifts. They're always giving people. No one gives them. I want to put a personal rapport. I got her a very nice, some small chocolate. In my mind, I've done something, but she really appreciated it. I finished the presentation and everything. I was going back. I made a mistake. The receipt of the chocolate was in the package. Ladies and gentlemen, the receipt says Linda Door. Hey! Instantly, the man knew what I have done. He said, hey! So after the presentation, he dashed me 500 cedis. So, who corners the flight and who doing that? I know what to talk about. I said, please don't tell my boss. Please, I beg. My boss can't know about this. I beg you. Hey, you guys, you think you're wise. My boss never learned about my Lendador flight experience. Yeah, my boss, that was the first time I was in a, like my boss was the first person who let me experience flight. And then my first time in a flight, I didn't know about the turbulence. How many of you have been in a flight, like on an airplane? Oh, wait, I want to know if you understand what I'm going to talk about. It's not supposed to be a flex. Can't any scanty. Overflight and an flex. No, I want to know. Wait. Hey, and DB on my show also. So the first time, when it's taking off, it has turbulence, right? It shakes. Very, very unnecessarily. There are some flights in Ghana, they shake more than others. I don't want to mention their name. One day they can sponsor me. I know, but I don't want to say it. So the first day I was in the flight, they will say, put your phones on flight mode. I was challenging them that if I don't put it on flight mode, what will happen? I'm a typical Ghanaian. You can't tell me what to do. I will not put it on flight. I was wondering what will happen. Like if they start, it won't start or what? Yeah, no. Excuse me, I think someone's phone is still on. Can you please turn the phone off? That's what I was thinking. I didn't put my phone on flight mode, but I still took off to my surprise. It took off. It started shaking. I panicked. In my mind, it's shaking because my phone is still on. I panicked. I switched the phone. Instead of flight mode, I switched the phone off. The thing was still shaking. I was looking around. I saw that one lady's phone was on. She was on WhatsApp. I thought she was the cause. I panicked. Hey, you know? I approached her. Some Hajia, she had the hijab on. I panicked. I approached her and said, Hajia, please. They said we should turn off her phone. She looked at me. I'm for playing that. I said, but I'm for playing that. And yes, we drew him cry. I'm a friend. She said she'll wait till we get into the class and then she'll call her grandmother. I was like, don't do that. I was so panicking, and then like some few flights later, you know, I became used to it. When it's shaking, that's why I'm taking my drink. We recently, Ojo and I, we went to Kenya to perform. You know, we went with Ethiopian Air. I thought you were going to club. I thought I was going to get that. You guys don't care about me. We went by Ethiopian Air. We did a transit at Addis Ababa, and then we went to Nairobi. And then one lady was seated next to me. That was her first time. I knew it. The thing shook. She said, Jesus, 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 Jesus. I said, is that your first time? My phone was on. She said, Pacho, na undumu phone. I'm saying, I was making her panic for no reason. That's when I realized that the Ethiopian air hostess, they cannot say fish. They cannot say the word fish. So when they serve you the rice, you have two options. We are in economy. Your only choices is the meat on the rice. So the rice is constant, but you have to choose whether you want fish or chicken. The air hostess, I don't know whatever tribe she is in Ethiopia, she can't say fish. She's walking to the pool. Tuna is chicken or fish. Chicken or fish. Chicken or fish. Then you pick, then she'll give it to you. Chicken or fish. She was getting closer to me. I don't know. I wanted to be mischievous. She got to me, gentleman, chicken or fish? I said, fish, please. Fish, please. I will take the fish. I will go with the fish. And then that was it. My boss, my boss was the one who used to take the flights for me all the time. And we were very close. My boss and I were very close. Sometimes we would draw very late in the night. In architecture, we have to meet deadlines. My boss and I will be drawing. He'll be seated behind me, and then he'll be telling me what to do on the laptop. One day, just the two of us, we are working. I had an upset stomach. My backside was very uncomfortable. I was going to release unnecessary gases. Now, when there are two people in the room and one is farting, if it's not me, it's you. You cannot lie. It's obviously, my boss will know. I'm very shy of my boss, but I can't help it. And we have to meet the deadline. My boss is seated behind me. The first one dropped. My boss, he acted like he didn't smell it. I'm drawing it. Oh, Jumo, change the roof color. Change the roof color. I'm like, this man, his nose is not good or what? Oh, then let me continue. I dropped the second album. Jumo, give the room height. Give the room height. He still didn't talk about it. In my mind, I'm like, then I have free range. I dropped the third one. The third one was so bad, even me, I was uncomfortable. I dropped the third one. He was talking. It hit him in the middle. We were doing the furniture layout. He said, move the center. Move the. Jumo. Sorry, Connie. They said, I'm sorry. I went to the washroom. I came. My boss also went to use the washroom. I flies. I think sometimes there's that one stubborn one that doesn't go. It was there. My boss went and saw it. My boss started speaking like completely wale. I was so embarrassed. And then at a point, because I wanted to combine the comedy and architecture, I had to leave. Like I left the firm. My boss was so sad that I left. I started to freelance. Now I'm taking my own contracts as an architect so that when I want to do comedy like this, I can be free to move wherever I want to go, and then I'll do the contract. I got a contract at Laboni. We were renovating a house, and then I went there. Kumasi boy, I came to Accra to do a project. I felt at home. All the workers were Kumasi boys. They didn't tell me. When I got to the site, I knew. I asked them what is happening. They said, oh, actually, be a koi. I can say, install the window flames. No. Say, window, oh, flames, no. Flames. Do you know flames? Why do you want to put my body on flames? I knew I was at home. Another time they were working. I came, they were not working. I said, what is happening? He said, oh, you're surprise. You're surprise. Surprise. I'm still saying this right. You're surprise. I said, you expect me to surprise you before you work? I said, oh, David, yes, and I make a mistake. I'm almost surprised, man. Supplies. Oh, okay. Then we hear more surprise. I felt so at home. So I'm working on the Laboni project. Around the same time, Obi and Ponsa was in South Africa, right? I was at his place. Sometimes when he's not around, I come to Accra. I go to Obi's place. Obi is in South Africa. I was in the house for just 2 days, and I'm supervising the project. I'm not even at home. The I'm hardly at home. The landlord came and knocked on the door. Excuse me, please, can you come out? I knew there was a problem. I'm a visitor. I knew there was a problem. I said, I'm saying, I don't know what they care about me. So, Obi is in South Africa. Oba, no about Janica. Me had 2 days. I say, someone who's on the toilet. No, I'm saying, toilet. No, every 6 months, this boom, 200 cedis. Okay. And then in so 300 cedis. After the time, I didn't have anything on me. The toilet is how much? 200 cedis. The water is how much? 300 cedis. And I'm almost 60 and also 500 cedis. I don't have money. I was not paid. I was very broke. But then I thought I cannot leave everything for Obi to come before. I'm also being a good guest, so at least I should pay one. So I told him that when Obi comes, he will settle it. But I want to pay one of it. I knew the one I will pay. Obviously, I'm paying the 200 cedis. But I have to act like I'm thinking about it. He said, "Into the hen I'll befa." I pretended to be thinking about it. I said, Onim baby, Mame Bino. After that, I called Obi on phone. Obi, my Obi. As I speak to you, my Obi being. I told this story. I told Lexi about the stories. Hey, Beanie man, no. Why are you calling me Beanie man? You know Beanie man them this year. But not that Beanie man. Where then? Beanie man. Oh, Lexi is an interesting guy. And then I was thinking about it that the waste that we are, Ghana, we have a lot of energy crisis, right? The waste that they are taking out that we are paying this huge amount, we could use it for something better. I think one of the problems of Ghana is Dumso, right? And then the solution is alternative source of energy. In architecture school, they teach all of us renewable energy or sustainable architecture. We need other forms. We cannot always rely on Akosombo. We need other forms of what? Energy. When you go to Europe, they have wind turbines, they have solar energy, they have waste energy. Waste energy is when they connect your waste, as in your toilet, to something. It produces energy for you, and then you use it. So I think in Ghana, we need alternative forms of energy outside the hydro energy that we use at Akosombo. But if you are using waste energy, Ghanaians will abuse it because you get light out. You go and check your neighbor's own to see if their own is out. You see that yours is off, your neighbor's own is on. Ghanaians are naturally jealous. Hey, money, I'm light so gone. I don't know. I feel like that's how Ghanaians will use waste energy. That's when you'll be there, your neighbor will come and knock on your door. Say, hey, come in here. Say, oh, maybe hey Ghana match, So, oh, now then, or say, I then with TV, say, oh, that be say, mintimate. TV no crown, so, Tina say, before cram in charge, oh, there was a bush of money, pound charge, mammy. Ghanaians will abuse it. That's when you see that your parents are going to work. Parents are going to work. They have to make sure that on Bebano, the light is on. Your mother will warn you. Oh, they are making when I want me. The mother will come from work and then the light is on, except the AC. You know, AC takes more energy. The kids will be afraid. Ma, AC now so when you're papa by vessel. Papa no, dear no, and the Alpha and Omega. Papa no, we are not just a canyon in our also. Oh, come on. I feel like people will make business out of it. They just shit. Like, when you are running low, that's why you see 2 weak guys at Bantama supplying the whole of Ashtown. But your me energy was open saying. But of people told me, you know, so send mobile money, you know. They come and supply you. When you're like best 6 months. I started working with different clients. Now that I'm freelance, I meet different clients. There are types of clients. We have the rich clients, and then the poor clients, and then we have the clients that they listen to advice. Some of the rich clients, you can't advise them on what is good for them. You don't know better than them. They are rich. You can't advise them. When you meet the rich clients, they are straightforward. They know what they want. They have the money. They've traveled around the world. They will show you, architects, they have a picture. I saw this in Florida. Can you do something like this for me? He said, oh, yeah, I can. How much is it? So 18,000. They ask you bank or Momo. Say bank. They will transfer it for you. They don't waste your time. Same thing. When you come to the poor client. This is East Legon client. Bring it to where? Bantama client. Aye. He has managed to save 7,500 in his account. The architect, he will use you. My architect colleagues know what I'm talking about. He will come and sit with you. Architect, Unibebe. Person me sit down kesiya pa abe 12 bedroom. No one share net to so 3. Na me na nko ante soro. Na me na nate soro. You want 12 bedroom where his grandmother is at the top. Honestly, as an architect, whoever is on the top floor is not important to me. You want to know how much dedicated they are. Say, what is the size of your plot? Or say half plot. You want to use half plot for 12 bedroom. The rich people, the poor people have the biggest taste on the smallest budget. I say, you go and design it and you bring it. How much is it? I say 18,000. Bantama client will not give you 18,000 for design. But then the 18,000 is big for him. He wants you to feel the impact of the 18,000. He will convert it to what? Old Ghana cedis so that you feel it. You say 18,000. Say, hey! 180 million. Adabe cement. That be mean, bro, cement. I said, if you think it's too expensive for you, let us do something moderate, okay? Let's do something simple. Let me redesign a 4-bedroom for you. That be me penisa. And you be being found. He said we should do something about it. I'm like, we cannot do anything about it. So what do you think? What do you suggest? He said, architect, unim baby. I said, my name. Pila me is any mono. Gina me say I should remove the 2 columns at the front so that I'll reduce the cost for him. I say, it will not work. If I remove the 2 columns, the whole building will do what? Will collapse. But I'm curious to see what he wants to say. He said, but my columns may not work anymore. Say, we and ISN. Say, me and IS 17,000. He's removing the parts. He said, so you told anything now. I said, but you just said your grandmother will be at the top. And I'll cry on tiny. I'll remove the 2 toilets at the top. Say, ISM, I have 15,000. Then he'll remove how much? 14,000. Then he'll remove something. 13,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we removed up to 1,200. It was only 1 bedroom at the top. 1 bedroom at the 3rd floor. I told, let me remove the staircase. I've removed the foundation. That 1 bedroom at the top. I said, but I can't 1 bedroom because I'm in medical now. I said, I said, it doesn't work like that. Are you going to use a ladder or what? And then there are clients that you can't advise them. These clients, this client said he wants 2 separate bedrooms. 2 separate bedrooms. 1 for him and one for his wife. I said, I think it's ideal that you have one big master bedroom, walk-in closet, washroom. He said, oh, now bet you, and I said, I said, oh, now bet you, I was great. So I designed what he wants for him. I advised him that it's not safe. Your wife can be sick in the night and you wouldn't know what is happening to him. He said, and you're not bet you, we have finished the design. About 3 years later, he calls me. Now, this is the problem. He had an issue with the wife. The wife is not allowing him to sleep with him. You know, when you are even on the same bed, she can deny you sex, right? So imagine being in a different room. The lady will go and bath and then she'll do what? She will lock the man behind. The man was frustrated. He had called the pastor. It didn't work. He called the family members. He even called the assemblyman. It didn't work. For some reason, I was the one next in line to call. He called me one dawn, like 1 a.m. or something. He called me. I saw Mr. Ben client ringing. Like, I've cut all ties with him. I don't know what is happening. 12 a.m. Why are you calling me Mr. Ben client? I said, oh, maybe it's an emergency. Let me pick up. I picked up. He didn't even greet. Architect, Uboni, Bajobo. What's happening? Obano, one minute. I was very confused. I said, what is happening? Take your time. I was okay, I say, another time, I couldn't have managed. No, but look at me. I said, please calm down. He was ranting. Like, obviously, when something is bothering you, you want someone to talk to. He started telling me about their family issues. You can be quiet on the phone, just listening. Sir, anyone there? Oh, okay. As he started asking unnecessary questions, he said, architect, why worry? And I may say, but I'm worry. Okay. Now what girl? Say, but I'm go on order. He wants to know if my girl in our house sex. I said, I'm part of on him. Hey. I said, Obano, come on, me tire. Daddy, calm down. He asked me another unnecessary question. And the architect did OG3. And I'm saying, Pacho, I am Ebenezer, a 3 bako, Timu, Miensa. The man was so pissed. And then I've been working on projects. Sometimes I meet different types of workers on the construction site. One of the most interesting one I saw was when I went to the site, and then all the workers were ladies. They would fetch the motor like this. They would plaster it so nicely, and I was impressed. But I realized that they work at a slower rate compared to the guys. I was wondering that is it that they're not strong enough or something. That's when I realized they go on 2 breaks. So I was wondering that why 2 breaks? He said, first break near normal break now construction your corner. Second break in the EDT antenna. They use the second break to listen to antenna. I'm like, which kind of construction site do you gather around and listen to antenna? I was so confused. So I said, no, the client is outside. He's coming to Ghana. He wants us to finish early. So I'm sorry, we cannot listen to antenna. We have to work fast and meet deadlines. So I'm going to report to their boss. Now, the boss has a site shed. Sometimes we make a shed on the site for the boss of as the office. I'm going to the office to go and report to the boss. I knocked. He said, come in. When I went, he was on a phone call, not knowing that he has called antenna. The ladies are listeners. He is a regular caller. The one I'm going to report to, I entered, he was angry. The people who put emotions into the work. Antenna, I'm team now, but I don't know antenna team. I didn't know when the architect I entered. Architect he finished. He was okay. Say architect, and then now like issue be hard. I'm so that be me okay. Me very okay. I'm very very okay. You ask issue be anyhow. And then I was tea. Okay, translate tea on your radio. So the lady wasn't feeding the man, and then the man, I don't know, there was an issue, whatever it was. The man started cheating, And for some reason, their boss supports the man because it's what the woman did that caused the man to go and cheat. So now I'm interested to see what happened. Both of us are listening to the radio, and then the lady is explaining that what pains her the most. This is the antenna people. Oh, what pains her the most is that she went and caught the husband cheating on their matrimonial bed, not with one woman, but three women. She was cheating with three women at the same time. I say, antenna, me call to no more yet some. It's like, I'm interested. I want to see where it goes. So antenna asked her that she wants to know the sequence of your story if it tallies, so that she will judge, right? So also a man means you are also saying that they are doing a threesome, which is which? A moody. So a man means that thing the woman thinks that the threesome is three women. You are sleeping with three women, so it's what? A threesome. So antenna asked her, so okodru hono na a man means and I say a man you. The woman doesn't know. He said, okay, no crepa the man who read them over me the manitium pumum. He said, okay, we do anything pumum no. And then now who was it man who body in idea. So over and who then or say antenna me share no. Me who shabako a. Thank you very much. That was my time.